Welcome to Auntie Chats and Tarot. We're doing an Auntie Chats here today. Thank you for joining me. Thank you to all who have supported this channel. I really do appreciate it. As you know, we periodically jump into Auntie Chats that talk about health or tips or meditation, all kinds of topics. And today's topic is going to be on something that I was meditating about today. And it's been kind of a growing process now for about a week and a half, but it came to a really nice peak, if you will, today. And I thought I'm going to share this and maybe this will help somebody else. Auntie Chats are always about helping somebody else. Even one person is good with me. That makes me feel good. If I can help at least one person with these Auntie Chats, with this channel, in regards to helping you with your life or helping you to look at it differently or asking questions or formulating the questions you want to be asking yourself or others, always with the idea to make your life better. This Auntie Chats is about happiness. The sometimes elusive happiness, the sometimes overwhelming happiness. We've experienced both. And through some meditations, I've learned that, of course, there are key components to how to be happy and what makes us happy. And that changes for everybody, but there are studies done that there are 2 or 3 very key components for all of us to achieve happiness or to experience happiness. I'm not going to go into that part. I'm going to go into like a sub area of that, which talks about looking at what you've done in your life as a way to find happiness in the now. I've got a couple of examples, one of which is I often keep books and books of to-do lists and what I want to accomplish and goals and dreams and how to go about it. And I went through these books based on some of this meditation teaching. And I was very surprised at what I found. I, in all honesty, didn't think I was going to find anything miraculous that was going to help me. And I did. As I was looking through these books, I found that there are so many things that I have done that I've forgotten. And maybe that's your case. And in looking at these pages and pages of notes and to-do lists, and even notations on my to-do list of things like I'd add off to the side, how am I ever going to accomplish this? And then the next few pages, I'd look at that same list and it was crossed off. Now, this was maybe after months of work, but to see what all I had accomplished was very mood enhancing, did help with this happiness. Because I think we rush through life, and even when we're in the here and now, or especially if we're looking to the future, we have a tendency to look at what haven't I achieved? What do I still have on that to-do list? What haven't I gotten to? What am I procrastinating on? What do I not know how to attack or to achieve, even start to achieve? Try and look back on different lists that you have, or get in a quiet state, a meditative state, and look back on what you've accomplished, maybe in the last couple of months even, last couple of years. I think you'll be very surprised at what you've achieved, from the smallest thing, which can be the biggest thing, to the biggest things. And that, I have to say, did put me into a very happy state of gratitude and happiness for myself. And definitely a state of more appreciation that I haven't given to myself. And that can obviously lead to a lot of happiness. The appreciation that I didn't acknowledge certain things that I had accomplished. That, like I said, in some of these lists, I have even mentioned off to the side in the margins, how am I ever going to do this? And then I did it. So give this a go. Try this little exercise. I think you'll find it very beneficial. If you're like me and you're skeptical, you may even find, like I did, the surprise of, yeah, actually this works. And I have forgotten about all the different things that I have done that I didn't think were possible, or the things that I just do regularly that nobody acknowledges, including me, and they're quite amazing. You are also amazing. You have these lists, whether they're actually written down or they're in your mind. just go over how amazing you've been in the past, how it's gotten you here, as opposed to always looking to the future and what still needs to be done. I hope that works for you. Another example I have is in talking with a nephew. He was saying, there's no way I'm ready for kindergarten. I said, of course you are. You're very bright. You're good with people. You're going to do terrific. He was saying, no. I'm not ready. I'm not at all ready. This was when he was in preschool. But it was getting time to make the transition, getting closer to summer. And then the idea of, as we all do, no matter what age, looking ahead to the things that we still have to do. I remember having a couple conversations with him about, you're going to handle this great. You're going to handle this great. And, what would help you and how can I help you? And these types of conversations. The bottom line is he's now in that environment. He's thriving and he can count to 100 without a problem. Before, when I pinpointed with him what one of his examples of not being ready for kindergarten was, he did finally admit that kindergarten expects you at that level to count to 25. And he wasn't even remotely ready for that. Now, as I mentioned, he can count to 100 and beyond, and in a variety of different ways handle a lot of math problems that are quite advanced. And certainly advanced for the little boy who thought he couldn't count to 25. Now, it's important for him to look back on that. And I remind him of that not all the time, but often. Remember when you thought you couldn't do this, and then look at how much better you are at math and at counting and at your numbers. Look at what you're doing now. And I try and do that when he's expressing how far he's come. I ask him to look back. And he's forgotten, and I've forgotten, because we forget. We forget where we were when we were so nervous about accomplishing something. But so much happiness and gratitude for self can be achieved as I'm learning. I'm learning just like you. I learn every day. We're always, all of us, learning, no matter what our titles are or what we're doing, whether we have a channel or we don't, we have our own business or we don't, what age we are, we're always, always learning. That's the key. That's also a component to happiness, but I don't want to focus in on too much here. Always be learning. But in this particular focus, Auntie Chat's focus, look back on the times where you thought, this is just not possible. I will never be able to do this. And remember that you did do that very thing, that you did a lot with that, as well as so much more. Look back in gratitude for the lessons and really, really praise yourself. Take the time. Don't rush into the next thing. Don't rush into looking at your next to-do list and forget how far you've come. That's the message for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you find it helpful. I hope you do the exercise and you enjoy it and it's enlightening and helpful for you. That is your Auntie Chats. Thanks for joining me. Let's always remember who we are. Let's remember our self-worth. Thank you.